Hello everyone, this is Dr. Achal and I welcome you all in our subject module of services marketing. Hope you have understood the concept that we have learned in our previous discourse, and already we have talked of the concept of the marketing research in the field of the services, how they are being used, the need for the services marketing, and how the marketing research is helping the services field or the services sector for the purpose of crafting a good marketing strategy for the marketers. Now moving on with the next concept, in today's discussion we will be dealing off with the regard of the product concept of the services. How the marketers are crafting and they are designing out the product, which is being defined as the intangible offerings of a producer, and as it is intangible, so there is an important need for the producers to know about the basic characteristics which it deals upon and how that intangibility aspect can be more accentuated with the help of the tangibility clues. So moving on with the slide, this slide says that the service product, it all deals with the intangible benefit or the activity that the business offers to the customers for a fee. Service products are consumed at the same time they are produced, and they cannot be owned or measured in the same way as physical goods. Service products are often bundled with tangible goods or delivered independently as stand-alone offerings. It delivers value to the customers through an activity, process or performance rather than a physical good. Service products often rely on customer interaction and are designed to solve the specific problems to meet the particular needs. Now earlier also we have discussed the fact that the product of the services sector, they are intangible, they are abstract and having certain kind of characteristics which are related in the form of perishability, variability and inconsistency. So there is an important need of understanding this concept as it is intangible. So many times it is being felt by the marketers or the producers to support this intangibility with some tangibility clues, and hence the producers and the firm, they are trying to take the help of the commodity which are tangible enough, and those commodities which are physical in nature, they are more being pronounced, they are more being accentuated, and with the help of those physical commodities, the producers are trying to take the help of the tangible goods and to just help the intangible offerings which they are producing so that the intangibility clues may be more supported with the help of physical goods. And we know that every business organization, their main objective is to create value, and that value should be having a capability to satisfy the needs and the wants of the target audience. So that is why we are saying that the service products, either we can have different kind of forms of the service products. The services may be with regard to the pure services that we are talking of, or the services may be in the form of the owned goods, and if the goods are owned in nature, if we are possessing out a particular commodity which is physical in nature, then to that durable commodity will be requiring certain kind of services to talk of. So if the product is being possessed by the customer, by the consumer, even then it requires certain kind of maintenance and overhauling. So that maintenance and overhauling is being given by certain kind of expertise, the people who are holding on the expertise and the technical people holding out the technical kind of specialized knowledge, they will be helping us out for the purpose of maintenance and the repair of that durable sophisticated commodity. So there is one form of service that can be seen. Now the next service is all being talked of with regard to the pure service. Now here the pure service may be in the form of the information that you are gaining from the online courses, from the lectures that you are attending in the classrooms, or you are just trying to gain out the experiences and the services of the doctors or the professional disciplines, the lawyers, accountants, any form of individuals who are giving you certain kind of specialized offerings which are purely intangible in nature will be categorized in the commodity of the, it will be categorized in the form of the pure services. Either we may go in for the possession of a physical good, and if we as a producer, if we as a business firm, we are owing something physical commodity, and that physical commodity is being rented out to certain other individual for the purpose of making out certain kind of gains, and in lieu of that particular possession, if you as an owner, you are charging out certain kind of fees, now the possession of the physical commodity is being transferred to another party, and the other party is using the physical commodity for the purpose of making it in a business kind of form, and in lieu of that transaction they are giving you the fees and they are earning certain kind of surplus in that particular discourse. So the surplus that is being gained by the other party in the whole discourse, that will be talked of as a profitable gains that the other party is trying to produce upon. but in lieu of that particular profitable gains, in lieu of the possession that you are transferring to the other party, you are charging certain kind of fees. So, this may also be talked of as a service that you as a producer, you are transferring and you are just trying to charge from the other party, and the other party is also trying to give you certain kind of benefits in the form of the fees. Now, this is the characteristics of the service product that we have already dealt with, that is the services are intangible experience, they are individualized experiences, they provide you the tangible benefits, and those intangible benefits are strategic of nature. So, the services are intangible experiences. We say that the services are more experiential in nature rather than a product. As a result of experiential, new service development needs a different approach or at least a modified approach. We know that every producer, every business organization, they are continuously, earlier also we have talked, they are continuously, they are evolving, they are growing, and this creation and the evolution of the new kind of offerings is very much being talked of in today's scenario, because each and every customer, they are very much being alert, they are more versatile, their needs and expectations are changing, they are dynamic in nature. So, many a times it is a very important aspect on the part of the marketer to come out with a new kind of offering. Here in case of the services also, the marketer and the producer, they are just trying to foresee what are the expectations which the customers are holding on their mind, and how these expectations can be met by proposing out a value creation that is up to the expectations that the customers are holding in their mind. So, the services are intangible experiences and individualized experiences also. We are saying that we are not, as a producer, we are not able to standardize out the services, but the thing is that we as a producer or we as a service provider, we can customize or give out the personalized experience to the target audience. Now, this personalized experience will be far more better as compared to the possession of the physical goods, because if we as a customer or a consumer, we have experienced a form of delightment with the consumption of that abstract element, then definitely we will be developing a loyalty. Earlier also we have discussed the same fact that a loyal customer, a delighted customer will definitely turn out as a loyal customer for you. So, the business organization will be developing a loyalty, and they will be having out a loyal customer, and these loyal customers in turn will be creating a good name and fame for your offerings. So, individualized experience is something, it is a customized, it is all being related within a customized experience, and here the service provider is giving you a customized experience because each and every customer and each every consumer, they are having a different kind of psychographic features to talk of. Their attitudes, motivations, beliefs and expectations, they are all being different from from other. So, that is why in case of the services, we can be more being able to justify out our strategies in terms of giving a personalized approach to the customers. Now, the strategic benefit, it talks at that the people normally think of the services to be the enhancement of the perceived real product or the offering. We know that as a producer, or as a business organization, we are supposed to create value, and these value should be of such a nature which is creating a utility for the customer's perception. So, if the customers are thinking out that by paying out the cost in terms of the prices, they are getting out something new, they are getting out certain kind of benefits which are having out a utility factor for them, then definitely the customers will be going in for the purchase of your product. So, the strategic benefit talks of with regard to each and every kind of abstract and the intangible benefits, the experiences, the gains, the benefits, the deeds and the associations which the customers and the consumers are reaping in with the purchase and with the consumption of each and every kind of intangible benefits, each and every kind of intangible moments that they are sharing and they are experiencing. And these kind of moments and the experiences in turn will be giving them to satisfy out their hidden needs and the wants that they are holding out in their personality. And if you are talking of in terms from the business organization's perspective, definitely the business organization will be in a position to reap out the strategic benefits in due course of time, as compared to the benefits or as compared to the surplus that the competitors are enjoying in the arena. Now, moving on to the next slide, this is all being talked of with regard to the characteristics of the service product. We know that the simultaneous production and the consumption is happening in the case of the services, and the service developers, they are designing a plan for each and every people and the interactions that they are holding with the customers or with the target audience. The service experience is built at each step in the service delivery chain, which includes customers to the frontline employees exchange, customers to the backline employees response, and the customers to the customers interaction. Now, we know that it is all the discourse that we have learned in the previous lessons, that apart from the four conventional P's, that is the product, price, place and the promotion, It is the fifth P, that is the people, process and physical evidence. The fifth P, that is the people. The people are holding a very important, they are being talked of as a very important asset for each and every organization, because it is the manpower who are being deployed in your organization. It is the human resources which are being talked of as playing a very pivotal and a key role in the growth and the development of your organization. So, if your business organization, whether it is being engaged in the manufacturing of the physical commodities, or whether your organization is trying to offer you certain kind of abstract element, even then those abstractness will be accentuated with the proper and effective crafting and the delivery of the employees who are being deployed in your organization. So, employees who are working at the frontline staff, they have to be trained intermittently, they have to be oriented with regard to how to deal up with the customers, how to find out and how to monitor, how to identify out the hidden needs and the wants of the customers, because at many point of time it is being seen that the customers themselves and the consumers themselves, they are not having an idea to know that they are lacking out something in their personality, or they are lacking out something in their whole lifestyle. So, as a producer, as in a service firm, or as a provider, you have to just make them customers aware. Yes, we are there in the environment and we are having certain kind of offerings to offer you out for the purpose of giving out your comfortable lifestyle. So, this is an important duty for each and every service provider to make the customers aware that we are there and we are exploring out certain new kind of things for you, and by the consumption of those particular offerings, your lifestyle will be, you will be getting at a comfortable lifestyle. So, this is a job of the frontline staff who is being deployed in your organization, because they are in greater touch with the end customers, with the end target consumers. Now, talking of in association with the people who are working at the backstage. So, in your organization, if the people who are working in your backstage, they should also be given a motivation factor, they should also be given a certain kind of orientation, and those orientation should be worthy enough to give them a fact that if their expectations are being met in the organization in which they are working upon, definitely they will be working out wholeheartedly, and that wholehearted cooperation will be improving the productivity and the growth of your organization. So, earlier also we have discussed out the concept of the internal marketing, and the internal marketing, all it is being related with the concept of satiating and gratifying the needs and the wants of the people who are working in your establishment, because the employees and the human resources, if they are being satisfied, if they are being gratified with the justifiable monetary pay and packages, apart from the pay and packages, if they are being motivated, if they are being suitably being rewarded in terms of non-monetary pay and packages, in the terms of the non-monetary benefits, then definitely they will be working wholeheartedly, and they will be thinking of that their perception will be developing in the sense that if the organization is developing and their productivity is getting improved, then definitely their name and fame will also be getting enhanced in due course of time. So, we are saying that the simultaneous production and the consumption is happening in case of the service arena, and we have discussed this characteristics in the earlier discourse also, that as a producer, as in a service firm, you are not able to store or inventorize our commodity, our offerings in a later discourse to be consumed upon. So, whatever offerings that is being channelized by the service firm or by a provider in terms of the production of a offering that is abstract in nature, that has to be consumed simultaneously, because that cannot be stored for a use in a later course of action. Now, the next characteristic all being related with the perishability, that is services cannot be returned or sold. This particular point is all being related with a previous point that says that the production and the consumption of the services, they are happening simultaneously, and as a service provider, the service firm is not being able to store it for the purpose of getting it used for a later course of action. So, services are perishable, they are deteriorable. The next slide, the product as a service. Now, this slide says that the product as a service is a business approach where a company offers its product as a service rather than the one-time purchase. Under this model, the customers pay for the use of the product over time rather than owing it outright. This model is becoming increasingly popular in industries like technology, transportation and home appliances. So, under this model, we are seeing that the customers pay for the use of the product over a period of time. As we have said that in our earlier lectures, we have said that there can be different kind of forms of the services. When we as a provider, if we are possessing certain kind of tangible goods and we are giving the right of the use of that tangible goods to certain other party, and in lieu of that particular right, the other party is giving you certain kind of fees to talk of. So in this particular kind of situation, you may say that the right of the transference of the good is being passed on to the third party, and in lieu of that particular enjoyment of the right by the third party is giving you certain kind of fees to talk of. So they are using out the benefits of the physical commodities, and in lieu of that particular benefits, they are giving out certain kind of fees. Now, over a period of time, the physical commodities they tend to demand for certain kind of orientation, or they tend to demand of certain kind of maintenance and overhauling. So that maintenance and overhauling is what is being related with the concept of the services. So here this particular model says that as a customer, if you are not having a right to possess out a particular physical commodity, then you can make use of the services of the other parties, and those services can be enjoyed even though you are not the owner of the physical commodity. For example, we can take an example as the meal delivery service. Here the company is preparing and delivering you the meals to the customer's home. The service component includes the preparation, packaging, delivery, while the physical product is the meal itself. In our previous discourse also we have said that suppose the same example we can repeat. Suppose like you are very much being hungry enough, and in order to satiate your basic hunger or the basic drive that is creating a deprivation or deprivative state in your mind. So in order to get rid of that particular deprivation, you are going in for the purchase process, and that purchase process is visiting out to a hotel or dining out to a restaurant for the purpose of consumption of a meal. So consumption of a meal is the basic commodity that you are enjoying to satiate out your basic need of the hunger or the thirst that you are experiencing in your life. So the satiation of the basic need in terms of the consumption of the physical commodities is a core benefit that you are enjoying. It is in a core physical product that you are consuming. But apart from the core physical product, in terms of the meals that you are consuming, you are also experiencing certain kind of benefits, certain kind of utilities that are accentuating out the consumption of the meals that you are having in a particular restaurant. And moreover, you may also say that the decor, the ambience, the beauty, the beautiful moments that you are experiencing, the helpful smile of the waiters and the attendants, they will all be talked of to accentuate, to supplement out the feel of the basic meal that you have consumed upon. So these kind of intangible experiences in the form of the moments, the beautiful moments that you have experienced, the ambience, the decor, the thematic kind of beauty that you have experienced, the helpful smile, the helpful attitude of the attendants or the waiters that you have experienced, all these will be called off as a supplementary kind of services. They will be talked of as a facilitating goods for the purpose of making out your physical goods more being pronounced enough. So this is a concept that is also being talked of with regard to the understanding the concept of the product in case of the services arena. Now services as a product, here also we are saying that the services as a product is another concept wherein we are saying that the service based product combines the elements of both the goods and the services, where the service is the primary component but may be accompanied by a physical product. These are typically the services with a tangible aspect to enhance the customer's experiences. So this is a model wherein we are saying that the service based product combines the elements of both the goods and the services, where the service is the primary component but may be accompanied by a physical product. These are typically the services with a tangible aspect to enhance the customer's experience. We can take an example as is being written in the slide, that software as a service. Instead of purchasing the software, the customers are subscribing to the software services such as Microsoft Office 365 or Adobe Creative Cloud by paying a monthly or annual fees for the access of the regular updates. Now this is also kind of a service that we are consuming in terms of using and assimilating the different kind of softwares that are being launched in the market area for the purpose of satisfaction of our needs and the wants. So we can take any kind of example, the use of the different kind of software, the use of the cloud computing, the use of the robotics, the use of the different kind of softwares that we are using in our daily life every now and then for the purpose of facilitating out our transactions in an easy course of action. So that is a form of service that is being seen as a pure service, but the pure service is also being accompanied with the help of certain kind of tangible goods to talk of. So this is also a concept that has to be understood in the field of the services arena. Now the other examples of the service product that is being given for the students, and for the students a service product example could be a tutoring session or an educational subscription service. For example, the online tutoring service. We know that the online lectures that we are trying to gain upon, the information that we are trying to assimilate and that we are trying to consume upon, it is basically in the form of the services that are basically abstract in nature, that is coming to define as a pure service. Coming to the coming to the same slide, the slide says that an online platform that connects the students with the tutors for personalized one-to-one instruction in various subjects. The service is delivered via video calls where students receive customized lessons based on their needs. Now, this particular statement gives you the fact that here the services are more being personalized, they are more being customized rather than standardization. And we know that in case of the services, it is not feasible and preferable for the marketers or the producers to standardize out the services, because services are basically, they are abstract in nature. So, what the marketers can do as a producer, as the manufacturers, they can be able to give you a personalized experience, and that will be creating to build up a more satisfaction, will be able to give you a more delightment to talk of in due course of time, because you are giving and you are experiencing these kind of services on a personalized basis. Whatever problems that you are facing on with regard to understanding a particular kind of subject, if you are getting if you are being able to understand a particular kind of concept on a individualized basis, definitely your conceptual understanding will be more being broad enough. So, this online platform they are using and they are giving out a personalized approach for the students, for the learners, and they are also being talked of as a pure service, which is being personalized in a personalized way, or it is being, we can say that it is being more being customized. Now, the different kind of examples, the examples of the services sector. In case of the healthcare services, we are taking the help of the medical practitioners, we are taking the help of physiotherapists. Even if we are visiting out to a hospital, we are trying to make ourselves get rid of certain kind of health problems. We are visiting out to a dentist for regular checkups or to a doctor. Talking of with the other kind of services which are being seen in the case of the financial sector, we are taking the help of the accountants, lawyers, auditors, the investment consultants are there to help us out for the purpose of making out a good financial decision, because we are a learner, we are in the education sector, and we know that for each and every kind of people who are there residing in our society, they are having limited resources to talk of. So, as a consumer of a society, or as a particular kind of human being, definitely each and every human being, each and every living being, they have a certain kind of resources that are scarce in nature, and we as an user, we as an a consumer, we have to just make sure that how to use out that scarce resources in the best possible way. So, the allocation, the mobilization, the utilization is very much being needed enough in the best possible way. The judicious use should be there. So, the financial sectors, they are there operating in the environment, and they are helping us out to make the better use of our funds which are scarce in nature in order to productively utilize it for the purpose of reaping out in a good gains. Talking of with the next sector, that is being related in our hospitality sector, we know that we are using out the accommodations of the hotels, the catering services are there, the events are being planned out by the event planners. So, they are also being operating in the environment, and they are giving out the services which are basically pure in nature, and they are the services that are helping us out for the purpose of easy consuming out the services for the purpose of having out a good recreation facility. Now, in the same continuation, we have IT services, networking managers are there, the people who are working in the cyber security system, the people who are giving out in a development and the creation of the new softwares for the purpose of transaction of your business operations in a good way. There are people who are working in establishment in form of the marketing managers, and these marketing managers may be in the form of the people who are holding out the post of the sales agent, the people who are trying to give out the services in the form of creation of the good social media contents, the people who are there in the form of the creation, the building up on a good promotional appeal, they are drafting out a good advertisement message, they are trying to build up on a good advertisement copy by combination of the good pastel shades, the essence, the beauty, the design, the size, the copy, all is being taken care of by the marketing people, and they are also being talked of as giving out the services which are abstract in nature, and definitely these kind of services will be accentuating the growth and the productivity of the organization, because the marketing people are there being used by each and every business organization, and they are helping us out to increase and accentuate the sales turnover of every business organization. Moving to the next slide, and this is all being talked of with regard to the giving out the examples of the services. We are having other examples in case of the educational field, just as we have discussed the concept of the online courses, seminars and the training programs, the training modules that we are trying to pursue, that we are trying to assimilate in the online way or in a virtual mode intermittently for the purpose of enhancing our knowledge base every now and then. The personal services may in the form of joining out to a fitness center or a wellness center for the purpose of grooming our personality, or the message therapy for the purpose of getting ourselves getting rid from any kind of problem that we are experiencing in our personality. Similarly, there is a transportation sector for easy commutation, the transportation sector for the purpose of giving the ease commutation services by the public sector, or even if we are trying to make use of the transportation sector in case of the private discourse also. Logistic services are also being talked of as one of the component of the services arena. There are the sectors who are working as in a real estate people. So, the people who are working in the real estate establishments, they are the people who are dealing with a property. Here the property is not being talked of in the sense of the financial property, but here we are being concerned with the properties which are holding out in a or which are being understood in a more physical sense. So, this is a property that is being talked of in case of the real estate property. The brokerage charges, the underwriter's commission, these are the people who are helping out the business establishment and the business firms for the purpose of giving out a good transaction, for the purpose of giving out in a good operative conditions. And yes, we cannot just back out, we cannot just escape the services that is being provided by the people who are working in your homes for the purpose of giving out in a good household chores, for the purpose of taking care of your good household chores. And the people who are there coming in your houses in the form of the plumbers, the cleaning people, the people who are there coming in the houses of like the people who are taking care of your electricity in the form of the electrical repair. So, I think this is all about we have dealt out with the concept of the product and the product that is being understood in the form of the services arena, how the product is being understood, whether the product is purely a service, whether the product is purely an abstract in nature, how the product is being associated with the help of the some physical commodity. That is all in today's discussion, in today's discourse. Hope you have understood the concept of the service product with the help of the various examples that we have quoted, and in the next discourse we will be dealing out with the concept of the product life cycle. Hope you have understood of the concept. Till then, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you all.